the person that we really love would not be there with us forever. And that's just how it is. We might really, really love someone, but it does not mean that love will last. That love will eventually fade. You know why? Because that person will eventually fade. Because that's just how it is. Perhaps you might grow apart, perhaps they might, get out of your life, perhaps they might die. That person is not going to be there with you forever. Perhaps they might be with you for the rest of your life, and that might be satisfactory to you. However, just know this, that they won't be there for the rest of your life. And even if they were there for the rest of your life, they're going to change. Human beings change. On a daily basis, we change. Okay? So the person that you were 5 years ago is not the person that you are now. So even if you love this person now, in 10-15 years, who knows what kind of person that they would be. They'd be completely different. But even though we know all of this, we still choose to chase after people. We still choose to love people. And that's not a bad thing. It can be a very beautiful thing. However, a lot of people become obsessed with people, They start to love someone and it's like they cannot live without this person. They cannot, in a sense, function. They are always thinking about this person, even when they are not there. Even when this person has no interest in them, they continue to think about them and they try to trick themselves into believing that this person loves them. Like this person is showing clear signs that they are not interested, but you're out there thinking, God, what if she's only saying that? What if he's only saying that just because she's too shy, just because he's too shy to say the truth? What if this person actually does like me? What if this person actually does like me? You start to trick yourself. And in a sense, it's because you know that in a deep subconscious, like a deep level, that you cannot be with this person. So you're doing your best. You're doing your best to make it so that you can be with that person in a very minute level. And in this scenario, it would be that, just the fact that you can think about her, think about him, just love that person, feel that affection towards wanting them. In a sense, at least for me, doing that makes me feel closer to that person than not doing that. And in a sense, it's kind of pathetic, at least for me. In my case, it's kind of pathetic because I know that it's not going to work out. I know it will never work out. But there's a little part of me that wants a little part of them. And that part of me is going to look for that part of them in every person I meet. And even if I don't like it, even if I don't like that little part of me, even if I don't like the fact that I want that little part of them, it's just how it's gonna be. Because the thing is, people are not parts, they are the collection of all of their parts, so they are basically the total. And let's say, that part that I want is not going to function by itself. It's going to be connected to all of these other parts. So that little part by itself may be ugly, but once you collect once you combine it with everything else, it might become something very beautiful. So it's like a puzzle piece, like a single puzzle piece does not really look that flattering. However, if you collect and connect all of them, it might turn out to be a beautiful picture. And in a sense, that's kind of what I want at a very deep level. And in a sense, that's kind of a good thing because, I'm looking for the best qualities of someone in every person I meet. That's a good thing. However, that's also a bad thing because even when that person is not there, I'm still thinking about that person. And it's very annoying, it's very time consuming, it's very time wasting, it's painful. That's what it is. It's painful because we know we can't actually be with that person. Yet here we are trying and trying and trying and trying. Knowing full fucking well we have already failed. Because we have, let's be honest, we have failed. And you know it, I know it, but we are still trying. They say try again, even if you fail or something like that. But the thing is, when it comes to human relationships, once you fail, or at least once you fail, sometimes you can't try again, because if you try again, you might end up hurting that person. And we know that, and I know that. So why try again when I can just think about this person, think about that person, feel closer to them without actually being closer. It's very lonely and it's very painful. It's like, yeah, that's just what it is. It's just loneliness and the pain. I don't know what kind of pain it is, but it is just painful. The pain of knowing that no matter how much you love this person, they would never treat you the same way. No matter how much you respect them, no matter how much you are affectionate towards them, they will never do that towards you, at least to the same extent. And it's not their fault. We are not entitled to that affection. It's not their fault. It's ours. We are the ones who feel as if we need it from them. We are the ones who do this to ourselves. Another aspect to this is that, people don't last forever. When you make friends, they're eventually going to die, which means they won't be there with you for the rest of your life. They won't be there with you forever. And even if they are with you for the rest of your life, they're not going to be the same person. People change. Like, you 5 years ago was someone completely different than to who you are now. So if you make a friend now, in 10 years, they might become someone completely different. Oops, sorry about that. So yeah, people change. People change a lot. And the version of the person that you love might also change. And I think at a deep level we know this. And that's why we are so hell-bent on being with this person, so hell-bent with feeling affection towards this person, because we know it's not going to last. So we're just clinging on to whatever we can grab our hands on before it disappears forever. However, if we spend our entire life clinging on to something that's going to disappear, then when it eventually does disappear, we are going to be really heartbroken. We might not show it, but at a deep level we might be. We definitely are going to be. So the way I say it, why cling on to something that's eventually going to disappear when you can just appreciate it, appreciate the beauty of it, and appreciate the fact that it's eventually going to disappear from your life. Just appreciate the fact that it's finite, because the fact that it is finite gives it a lot of meaning. Because think about it, if that thing is like, if that person is going to be there forever, would you really be loving that person the same way that you're loving that person right now? Because if you knew that you would be talking with that person every single day for the rest of your life forever, then we would not be having a lot of anxiety, because we know that we can have a lot of chances with that person. But that's not how it works in real life. The fact that things end gives a sense of urgency to everything in life, and that's in a sense what gives everything meaning. But the thing is, we can't cling on to that meaning. We have to just appreciate and accept the meaning for what it is, rather than what we want it to be. And only when we do that would we be able to truly enjoy something for what it is. So why are we clinging on to people when we can just enjoy people? Why can't we just appreciate people for who they are instead of what we want them to be? It's painful to do that, but sometimes to truly enjoy something in life, we have to go through a lot of pain. Because we can only truly appreciate something after we have endured through the pain. So yeah, that's all I wanted to talk about today. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and see ya.